I've been working on my biggest cosplay project ever, making Ragatha from the Amazing Digital Circus. Of course, a noticeable feature of Ragatha's design is the bow in her hair, so I decided that my next task was to make it. And that is what this video is clearly about. I used this image, which is also on the cover image for this video, as a reference point in making it. Quick disclaimer of sorts, I'm very new to recording behind the scenes content, so the angles, the lighting, and all that jazz may not be superb. I had to set up my phone in a very strange way to record this video since I don't have one of those fancy angled tripods or something, so apologies in advance for the non-professional footage, but I hope you enjoyed the video despite that. I decided to start off with using an old cardboard box from the pile I've had laying around to make a base. I wanted the bow to be stable and hold its shape rather than have the ability to flop around, so I thought giving it a cardboard base would achieve that while also giving me a good starting point to work with. Well, I know I could have just found a bow sewing pattern online somewhere and used that to make the bow. I didn't want it to be floppy, ergo my previous statement, and I'm really not too confident in my abilities to make it that way, which is pretty silly to think about now considering the fact that I'm going to have to make the entire dress somehow. I will most likely ask my grandma to help me make it since she's an amazing seamstress and it will be a good reason for us to spend time together. Anyways, back to making the bow, I started with making a sketched outline in pencil on the cardboard piece of the shape and size I wanted the bow to be, based on the reference image I had pulled up on my computer. I also used the Ragatha wig I made as a physical reference point throughout the video to see how I liked the bow when put with the wig. The little calico kitty you see crawling around the video is my cat Cookie, by the way. Don't let her sweet face and fluff fool you. She can be one evil pain in the ass. You will see that with how she roams around all over my stuff the entire video. Here I'm just showing you a close-up of my sketched outline before I cut it out. I had gotten up to get another tool that I thought would make cutting out the shape easier, and I didn't realize that my knee was blocking the camera when I sat back down. Sorry for that. It's gonna be in the way every so often in here, but I tried when I noticed to fix it. Now I'm using my X-Acto knife tool thingy and a pair of scissors to cut out the bow. Once the shape was cut out, I put it back on the cardboard to use it as a stencil for another identical bow piece. I did this because I didn't really like how thin the one piece was, so I decided doubling up on the cardboard would probably get it to the thickness that I wanted. didn't plan ahead of time for any fancy means of connecting the pieces I would be working with, so I just got my trusty hot glue gun. Once the hot glue gun finally heated up enough, oh, and there's Mango, getting all up in my business, per usual. This little devious rascal she is. Conyers get into everything, bro. They constant attention. And no, I did not let her near the hot glue gun. Don't even worry about that. I take very good care of my baby. I think she's on my head or my shoulder at this point. Okay, take 2 of the hot glue gun finally heating up enough for me to connect the 2 bow pieces to make the finished cardboard base. Once the pieces were together, I put a heavy-ish box on top to really press them together and make sure the glue holds better. After giving the glue time to dry, I took the box off and then removed any excess glue that I could see. You could see the little strings. That's the one issue with hot glue, is that it's so stringy, it always leaves residue. After removing the hot glue strands, it was time for fabric. Once I had very strangely and ineffectively measured how much fabric I would need, I got to cutting. Now, I really did not plan at all for how I was going to put the fabric on the cardboard, so the rest of this is kind of a mess of trial and error, but that's just how it is sometimes. I already knew going into this project that it wouldn't be perfection and things might take multiple attempts, so I didn't hold any high expectations for myself during this, and I'm honestly glad I didn't because the end result is definitely nowhere near flawless, but I am very proud of myself because it turned out better than I thought it would, honestly. But y'all will have to tell me what you think about the finished result when you get to the end of the video, though. Here I remembered that in the reference image, you can see the middle part of the bow as like a defined, almost separate piece. So I cut off this strip from the fabric piece to put off to the side. This piece is going to be used as that defined middle bow part later on. I messed around with the fabric and the cardboard bow base for a while to see what ways of folding it would work best, and then secured the main fold temporarily with some Scotch tape.
here is the point in the project where I struggle to get all of the dried and excess hot glue off of my hands, the bow, and my workspace before continuing. On to essentially the last step of constructing the bow, adding that middle piece we set aside earlier. With that step complete, the bow is basically finished. The front side looks great. Just don't look too closely at the back side. While looking at the not so great looking back side, I pondered about what I could do to make it look even just the tiniest bit better. Some ideas came to mind. First off, there were some hot glue spots that left discoloration in the fabric, so I attempted to color over them with markers to match the normal fabric color. Safe to say, it didn't work too well. I gave up on the markers and decided to try my luck with these colored gel pens I've had lying around for years. I was feeling like, if anything, they would at least work better than the markers, considering the closer color options with the varied pens. I found a couple gel pens pretty close in color to the fabric, or close enough to blend in with it more than the uncovered hot glue spots at least. I colored in all the spots messed up from the hot glue, and then cut off some threads that were fraying at the fabric edges. I took one more look over to see if there was anything else I needed to add, fix, or adjust before calling it complete. I also then looked at it with the wig to see how it looked altogether. Final check approved. This project isn't perfect, but it's complete. And that's what matters most to start with. You can always improve things later, but you have to make it exist first.
Hello, thank you for watching this video if you've made it this far. This is my first ever behind the scenes voiceover crafting video, so it was probably a little rough. But like I just said a little bit ago, you can improve things later, just make it exist first. Now I'm thinking about how I could improve this project more and thinking about alternative techniques I could use if I wanted to redo this piece in the future. The wheels in my brain are turning. Perhaps I will return to try making this again. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I don't know. With the little avatar, I don't know. The urge, the urge to talk is like this is just so. The whimsy's getting me. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more cosplay crafting and cosplay content in general, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I plan to make more content like this in the future. I'm also a huge gamer, so I'll also be posting like gameplay videos and other fun stuff like that on this channel too. So be sure to subscribe if you like my vibe, I guess. um I am going to make like a proper introduction, get to know the tuber kind of video soon. Even though it doesn't. Oh, my fire alarm's going off. What the fuck? I don't know if you can hear that. Uh, anyways, even though it doesn't really make sense to post the. Oh, that's my bird, by the way. Yeah, I've an obnoxious little parrot. Um, even though it doesn't really make sense to post that after I post a full, just after I post this full video, it doesn't make sense to post this before the introduction video, but that's the way the cookie's gonna crumble. So if you want to know more about me, stay tuned. But for a short introduction here at the end of this video, my name is Mike and Fee, or Michael. Yeah, that's my name, at least for you guys for now. I'm messing up my tagline. No! Stay tranquil, stay tender, and stay tuned in for more videos. Is that aura? Or what? Is that an aura and see you next time line? I think it is. I don't know. Anyways, catch you in the next one. Bye.